Hi Dollar Divas, welcome to Behind the Vanity. I'm Jessica. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about kind of some recent news, and I've heard rumblings of this for quite a while, but I think there's even more on it now. I've seen some articles, they've popped up, people are sending them to me, about the idea that the Dollar Tree is going to be starting to sell things that are not just $1. So I know a lot of us that love the Dollar Tree, we all have all kinds of feelings about this. I know I do. So yeah, this video is just gonna be kind of telling you more about that if you are not aware that this is going on, but also too, just to kind of share my thoughts and opinions and how I feel about it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So if you are new to my channel, I do love to make a lot of Dollar Tree oriented makeup and haul content, as well as other affordable beauty videos. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope you will subscribe. And for all my returning Dollar Divas, thank you so much for coming on back. So I'll have my entire Dollar Tree makeup and haul playlist linked down below if you're interested in binge watching those videos. There are quite a few. And yeah, without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. All right, so yes, you may have heard, you may have not. If you have not, I do hate to be the bearer of bad news. For me, it's bad news. Personally, that's just how I feel about this whole thing. The Dollar Tree is going to be starting to sell things for more than $1. When I watch other Dollar Tree hauls here on YouTube, I've seen some people in the comments mention that some of their Dollar Trees had like a $5 section. So that was probably about a month ago where I heard that, or a month or two ago where I started hearing rumblings of that. And then a friend sent me an article the other day that talked about more in depth about this and talking about how there were also going to be items sold for $3. And the $3 and $5 items would be in a section of the Dollar Tree called Dollar Tree Plus. And apparently they have been testing this new Dollar Tree Plus idea in hundreds of Dollar Trees since about 2019, which, like I said, I have not run across it. I've got a few Dollar Trees in my area, but I have not run across it yet here where I live in Tennessee. This is an article, must have been a news story out of Boston, which is where I'm originally from. It says by the end of 2024, Dollar Tree will have these sections in at least 500 stores. The company announced this on Tuesday. Apparently Dollar Tree owns Family Dollar as well. I did not know that. They also have this concept of making like a combination store, and it features elements of the Dollar Tree and the Family Dollar. So it'll sell like a mix of merchandise between those two stores. And the company said Tuesday it will bring the higher priced merchandise to up to 3,000 of these locations over the next several years. So let me just share an opinion on just what we have talked about thus far. There is a reason I don't, I like the Dollar General on occasion. I love their Believe Beauty makeup line. I'm wearing their foundation as we speak. And I hardly ever go to the Family Dollar only because there's not as many around me. But when I lived in New England, I didn't realize we had Dollar Trees up there. Either that or they kind of got bigger and more readily available up there about the time I moved down here to Tennessee. So when I first came to Tennessee and saw my very first Dollar Tree and realized everything was $1, of course we had Family Dollars up north. And you know, and the craziest thing is really like nothing is hardly ever $1. You know, so you have this dollar store, but it's not $1. You know what I mean? In some ways I feel like you could get cheaper stuff at Walmart. So I've never been a huge Family Dollar fan, even though my grandmother worked there years ago after she kind of retired from the airport. It just, you know, Dollar General is the same way to me. I can go to Walmart, you know what I mean? Or even CVS and use my app and get really good deals. The beauty of the Dollar Tree to me was A, everything being $1, and B, everything being $1. Like not having to look at a price, because even though, you know, you don't even have to be financially struggling. I know for me, no matter how I'm doing at any given time financially, I'm looking at a price. It might not be a deciding factor in whether or not I buy it, you know, but you're always going to look at the price. So to go to a store and not have to worry or even think about a price is an amazing thing. And then over the years, I feel the merchandise has gotten better. So it's just been a wonderful thing. I dabble in the stock market just a little bit, and I went to look at the stock yesterday because I realized I didn't own any Dollar Tree stock, which is crazy. It actually brought up a warning, and I was very surprised that it's a volatile stock, which I would have lost my life on that bet. I would have never guessed it was volatile, but it's just been up and down for years, it just looks like. So anyways, I digress. So yeah, I don't like the idea of a combination store. There's a reason I go to Dollar Tree and not Family Dollar. You know what I mean? And Dollar Trees aren't usually big stores anyway. I don't want my real estate in a Dollar Tree taken up by Family Dollar anything. So then there is this idea as well, and this was a new thing that I learned from this article, that it will begin selling items for $1.25 and $1.50 at some locations for the first time. Now I know, I think there's a store in Canada and it's like Dollar Tree, or it's connected to Dollar Tree, called Dollarama. I think something like that. And I think they sell their merchandise for $1.25. This doesn't bother me as much. I'll be honest, even if it's like $2, everything is $2 or $1.99, I could get on board with that, because I do understand, really the company is doing this because of rising prices, inflation. It is amazing that sometimes I'll buy something at the Dollar Tree and I'll be like, how can they possibly sell this for $1? Maybe that's just not as true anymore. And I know, things are brought in from China, and also you have a lot of things that are overstock or discontinued and that kind of thing, and so they make some kind of a deal and they get a bunch of stuff that, very highly desirable items that come to the Dollar Tree that go real quick because they're not usually there. They're just kind of a special thing at that moment. So, but like I said, I could get on board with that. I just don't want to have to go to Dollar Tree and check the price and have it ranging from $1 to $5. I don't want it. I don't have time for it. I have no desire for that. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, I could get on board with the idea that everything's $1.25. Everything's $1.99. Everything is $1.50 or something like that. I think anything under $2, and I guess the reason I feel that way is when I was little, I used to go grocery shopping with my dad all the time, and I like to help. And he'd be like, go get cereal, get anything you want as long as it's 99 cents or $1.99. And so those numbers to me, even like back then, that was cheap, you know what I mean? And so to buy anything for $1.99 still even now is amazing, So I'm also reading here as well that Dollar Tree has apparently faced pressure from Wall Street to increase its prices. I mean, of course, money, you know what I mean? In 2019, an activist investor took a stake in the company, apparently, and pressed the chain to raise the prices. And then the group decided to end its fight after Dollar Tree announced it planned to, in fact, test selling things for higher prices. Apparently, Dollar Tree hasn't really been doing well because, the freight costs have gone up and their prices have stayed the same. And all stores have faced this, your grocery stores, big box stores, all that kind of thing, but they're able to raise their prices, where Dollar Tree has not. Another big thing that's happened in my lifetime in the grocery store is, just take a package of Oreos or something like that. They've gotten smaller. It's not just like your imagination from when you were a kid and the Oreo, package seemed to be huge. It was. And I think what they did was in an effort to not raise the price, they just made a lot of things smaller. I don't even think you can buy a pound of bacon anymore. It's 12 ounces, all that kind of stuff. But the price is relatively the same because they just decide to give you less for the money that you pay. I don't mind that, necessarily, you know what I mean? Things like this do have to happen. It's very natural. There's nothing wrong with the fact that things do get more expensive because everything does change, And Dollar Tree is one of the very few places that really has kept its prices the same. It's really kind of amazing. I mean, when you do think about it, it is amazing that they are still sticking to this model. Generally I don't mind change, but this will be hard. This will be hard. But inflation is really not going anywhere. It's likely to get higher. There was just a news story with all of the cargo ships with the shipping containers literally stuck out at sea because they just can't get stuff onto land quick enough, fast enough. A lot of stores, I know for me here recently, TJ Maxx, the makeup selection at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and even my Dollar Trees that are normally very well stocked, it's been a little sad. It's been sad lately just because I know there's not people that can stock the shelves. The product ain't there. All these problems that are happening, it's a mess. It's a mess. They are fearful that raising prices will come with the risk of turning off customers. I am definitely one of those customers. I don't know how it'll affect me in the future. But I do feel very affected. So they are afraid that it will turn off certain customers, and I get it. And, you know, especially it is a chain that does focus on people with tighter budgets. Now, I think kind of no matter our budget, we all love shopping there, but it's going to particularly hurt people that are on a tight budget, not just people that like shopping there. And they do think, you know, it is believed that Dollar Tree will benefit from this change, but it is worried about what the customer reaction will be because, you know, we're sensitive to everything going up, getting harder to get. You know, and this is just one, Dollar Tree has been one constant in our life that has stayed the same. And to see that change is going to be hard for a lot of us. So I guess my question for you guys is, have any of you seen any of these changes yet at your Dollar Trees, wherever it is you are located at? Like I said, here in Tennessee, I have not yet seen these changes. The biggest change I have seen in my Dollar Trees are just slightly slimmer selection, just the stores. It's like when I go in, they always just kind of have less and less stuff. It's like they can't stock the shelves or are getting in any new merchandise. But like I said, I have not yet seen these changes where I am. Thank goodness. Maybe, you know, sometimes Tennessee, if any of you live in Tennessee, it sometimes feels, at least it does to me, that we're kind of one of the last to feel certain things or to get like certain stores or that kind of thing. So I guess the good news here where I am, I might see these changes a little later than a lot of other people in other areas. So that is a benefit I feel to probably where I live. So yeah, have any of you seen any of these changes yet? And how do you feel about it? You know, I think this is of course on my channel, we love Dollar Tree content. We love Dollar Tree videos. We love Dollar Tree shopping. And so I know this is a big discussion, and right now it's very hot. For me, it's sensitive. I know it is for a lot of you. So definitely let me know how you feel about it and if you've seen these changes at your Dollar Trees yet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I hope you're not hearing this from me for the first time. I hope I'm not the bearer of bad news. But I did want to talk about this with you all because it is something I've been aware of. And now it feels like it's really going to happen. So yeah, I just thought we would talk about it and just, I don't know, maybe just start coming to grips with it. So like I said, I will have my entire Dollar Tree makeup and haul playlist linked down below so you can binge watch all of my Dollar Tree oriented content. Again, share this video with anyone you think needs this information or would enjoy this video. Definitely share it with your friends and your family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.